NDTV's Srija is in Sri Lanka reporting from the presidential palace where there are unprecedented crowds, and she gets us this special ground report.
It's a working day today, and the crowd that we're witnessing inside the presidential palace is unparalleled. On July 9th, what we did witness was a Sri Lankan uprising. You had people come across the breadth and the length of the country, all converge at Colombo and breach the highly guarded presidential palace. We're going to talk to the people, especially who's been here for over 48 hours, day in and day out, who's been here, who's been volunteering and also trying to tell people how not to really crowd and not to be, create a huge mess. Instead, just ensure that there is free movement of people from one place to the other inside the presidential location, the palace, as they explore and see what it was like when Gotabaya Rajapaksa was living right inside this place. I'm going to go to Nixon. Nixon has been a part of the struggle, for the last 3 to 4 months. And he's been a part of this GGG, which is commonly called as the Gota Gogama. Now, that's the village that was created by the citizens of Sri Lanka for one cause, getting all the people together and demanding that the Rajapaksa clan or the dynasty goes, and so that a new regime comes in place. So we're going to talk to Nixon to understand how has it been like in the last 48 hours or so, what has he seen and what has been conveyed to the public here. Thank you, Nixon. So you have been there at Gota Gogama since April onward, right? How does it really feel, from Gota Gogama to storming the presidential palace?
Yes, we are starting from April 9th. That struggle is coming to the main point, July 9th. We are starting the peaceful struggle. All over the Sri Lankan peoples coming to this place, and we caught the President House and the Secretary Office and the Prime Minister House. This is a people's power, because this is a Rajapaksa and the Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Until the Rajapaksa, it's total family. They destroy the Sri Lankan. They destroy Sri Lankan business, everything. They struggle. Right now we don't have a gas. Right now we don't have a petrol. Right now we don't have electricity. This is the Rajapaksa family. They destroy all the economic things right now.
I want to understand from you, you have been protesting out there on the street saying there's no fuel, there's no medicines, you're talking about the hardships of citizens of Sri Lanka. Now you have entered the presidential palace. You wouldn't have even thought of, this is definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity, right? Would you ever thought, that you would have entered a presidential palace?
Yeah, so this is very important for me and the struggle people and all of the Sri Lanka, because more than 75 years they didn't see that palace, because one person and one family and one president, this entire building at least more than 100 square feet acres, 100 acres. One person destroyed all the monies, because everything is people's tax money. They are living. This why that people are coming to watch. We got this place until 30th, because the Gotabaya said he will resign 30th of July. That's why we are still struggling. People stay here this place and fighting, and the court this place until we are waiting to president to go to home. Our main aim is go home. He want to be definitely July 30th. Definitely want to go. Otherwise, people struggle continually. We are going to be starting.
Well, thank you, Nixon, for that. You've been, of course, struggling with the other citizens as well. The 13th will decide. That's going to be the deciding factor for Sri Lanka as a country. What's your good name?
Shahban.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 17.
You're 17 years. Okay. So how long have you been protesting there in the, the tent, the People's Power tent? How long have you been protesting?
I'm protesting on 13 days. Only 13 days. But I have a work, I have a family. I want to see my family, but I get time, I will come to the protest.
So you're going to college?
Yeah. I am doing this year all over. This problem I can't do last year. My all over on this year. That's why I come to protest. Then only next generation will happy. We are suffering, but next generation want to be happy. our sister and brothers, our childs want to be happy. That's why I'm suffering today.
Okay. Well, it is not just the people, the volunteers that we're talking about. There are several other volunteers who are trying to, in fact, tell people not to really be crowding. If I could go across to another person, Arvind, right? Arvind, who's also been protesting with the other protesters at Gota Gogama, tells us that this is not really the end until July 13th really comes. So do you have hope, on July 13th that Gotabaya Rajapaksa will resign?
Definitely, there is no question. Definitely,
There's no doubt.
no doubt. There's no question. Definitely, he wants to go. He wants to resign his post.
Okay, can you tell us that, is there, you are volunteers, you are asking people not to crowd. How exactly are you trying to take people through the entire presidential palace?
I want to correct this. We are not volunteers. We are a struggler.
You want to call yourself a
yes,
struggler?
yes. From April 9th, we are struggling. I think today is 94 days. 94 days we are struggling for our country. This is the thing. First, I want to show that this is the thing we want to happen. This is the thing we want to happen. I think all the people who know this thing must. The thing is, firstly, I want to say Gotabaya and Rajapaksa family must be, they want to withdraw all the posts.
You want the Rajapaksa clan to be, going home. That's what you mean. Okay. I see another a person over here. What's your good name? I see that you have been trying to, guide people like stop. What is that you're trying to tell them? You don't want to talk. Okay, that's really bad. I just want to understand what you're trying to tell people here. Like you've stopped them. What were you trying to tell the people?
Be calm, be patient, and
Is there a lot of crowd? Is the crowd increasing?
yeah,
The crowd is
since
increasing.
it seems today is big crowd than yesterday, so we hope more people tomorrow.
Will come and take the tour of the
Yeah.
presidential palace.
And we need young, good leadership in our parliament, right? All those people in our country, I don't have any words to say.
Looks like you're very camera shy and not able to talk really much, but you have quite a lot of volunteers here. In fact, these are the volunteers that we're talking about are from, of course, Gota Gogama. That's been, in fact, over the last few months, constantly protesting and demanding that Rajapaksa goes home. They, of course, have hope. But in terms of the presidential palace, where we're starting and reporting from, of course, the crowd is increasing. It's unparalleled. By the day, you have the crowd, in fact, swelling here, taking a tour, exploring what's really inside of this palace. What was it like, for Gotabaya Rajapaksa when he was right here? But the bottom line here is people say that, yes, we want to see what the luxury was like, but eventually they definitely want the Rajapaksas to go home and have a new regime and get their Sri Lanka back. In Colombo with camera person Kumar, Srija for NDTV.